northern Hale County. So that's the situation we got there. It's coming up on, let's see, it's 1:33 right now. And this is James Spann with Taylor Serralo and the crew. We are working a severe weather outbreak. It's going to be a very long afternoon. It's going to be a very long night tonight. And we're just going to take one storm at a time. That's what we do. It's like a college football coach, one at a time. And we'll get through this thing together. But we have 2 tornado warnings in effect in our market. We have 1 tornado warning in effect for Southern Greene in West Alabama. You can see the approximate track of that tornado, which will take it south of the city of Tuscaloosa. There's a lot of buzz. But for some reason, sirens went off in Tuscaloosa. People thought things headed toward Tuscaloosa. I don't know why the sirens went off. But this is going to be passing south of the city of Tuscaloosa. The other tornadic circulation is moving into extreme southern Chilton County, and that's going to be crossing over into Coosa County here soon. So all of this up here north of Birmingham, it's just rain. There's no severe weather. You might hear thunder. There might be lightning. It might be raining heavily. The winds might be gusty, but again, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and points north. It's a cooler, more stable air mass right here. You can clearly see the right air mass, if you will, is down to the south and west of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Let's go back down to our Chilton County storm. We'll take these one at a time. And again, this is a storm that is clearly producing a tornado. And again, I'll show you the video in a second. But we've got a hook, which is right here. There's your hook. Again, this is Autauga County. This is Chilton County. Clanton is right here. This is going to stay south of Clanton. There is absolutely no reason for you to be sheltered if you're in downtown Clanton. This is all south of you. If you're south of Clanton, yes, be sheltered. Verbena, Enterprise, Cooper, Marbury down here in northern Autauga County. And that tornado is going to be crossing Interstate 65 soon. So in terms of travel, nobody should be driving along Interstate 65 from Clanton down to Pine Level. Nobody should be on US 31. This is US 31 from Clanton down to Pine Level. Let me just say this again, to get your reference, Peach Park is right here. The Alabama EMA headquarters is right here. This thing's going to be awfully close to that Alabama EMA headquarters, but that thing is a bunker. They're going to be okay in there. That was built to withstand storms like this. But again, from Peach Park, Alabama EMA south, you got to be sheltered. That is a wrapped up potential tornado. And one more time, let's go to WEXO 5. I want to show it what it looked like. This was the tornado crossing US Highway 82 near Billingsley earlier. And from the looks of this, it is a multiple vortex tornado. And we also saw an image of this thing when it came through north of Autaugaville, north of Alabama Highway 14. But that is crossing over US 82. And that is now the tornado that is moving up into the southern part of Chilton County. And that's some great video there. And again, we know that when people see this video, they're going to respond. When they see radar, they don't respond that well. So the video that you send us today is a great assistance. But we don't want you to be in a dangerous place to do that. A lot of people, if you've not been trained as a spotter, you got no business being out there shooting video like this. And, you know, I've seen it where people go out there and they try and get, YouTube videos of this. And what are you going to get? Google AdSense money, $30 or $40. Your life's not worth it. Just don't risk it today. But if we call out a highway, please don't be traveling. We don't want anybody traveling on these highways we're calling out today because we've obviously got some tornadoes, and this is not the first tornado of the day. It's not going to be the last. So once again, we're focusing at the moment on southern Chilton, northern Autauga counties. In a minute, we're going to switch back over and take a look at our Greene County storm. But a dangerous thunderstorm and a possible tornado is now on the Chilton-Autauga County line near the town of Enterprise. This is not Enterprise, Alabama in Coffee County. That's way down in the southern part of the state. This is a smaller community of Enterprise, a lovely group of people that live down here. This is in southern Chilton County. And again, that tornadic circulation is pretty close to the town of Enterprise, and it's going to be crossing over I-65 in a matter of minutes. Do not travel along I-65 south of Clanton or north of Pine Level for the next 15 minutes. Don't even think about it. And if you're listening to me on the radio, just pull off. The next exit, pull off, go into a gas station, convenience store, fast food restaurant, going somewhere and shelter there until this thing passes. And this is US 31. Verbena's here. Verbena School, that's the main point of interest in the town of Verbena is right here. And again, that thing is going to be moving right up toward Verbena. So again, Enterprise, Cooper, Verbena, the southern part of Clanton. You got to be sheltered. From Peach Park and the Alabama EMA headquarters south down into Marbury, which is in extreme northern Chautauqua County, Boone's Chapel. So again, that's your tornadic circulation here near Enterprise. Again, Cooper, Verbena, you've got to be sheltered. Nobody on I-65, nobody on US 31. Let's go back to Greene County. We're going to bounce back and forth between the two storms we've got. And I'm thankful right now we just have two. We've had days here where we've had many more than two going on at the same time. But this is storm number 2. And let's see, is this BMX?
This is BMX.
Good. It doesn't look as intense as it did a while back, which is a good thing. Let's see here.
We also wanted to let you know that Tuscaloosa County EMA has tweeted, let me find it here, explaining why the sirens were going off earlier in Tuscaloosa County. And at this point still, we do not have any warning systems in Tuscaloosa County. Let's see here, if I can get this.
Right, but again, the bottom line is there's no danger in Tuscaloosa County right now. So just a very small polygon for this circulation in Greene County. And I would imagine, Taylor, if this does not improve, if the appearance does not improve, the warning will not be extended into Hale County. But still, if you're up here in Akron, Havana Junction, Wedgeworth, Moundville, keep a close eye on that because it might be cyclic. It might come right back up. This is going to be a day where every shower you see on radar, it's going to try and spin. Some of these things will spin like a top, and some of them are going to drop a tornado, and some of them might drop a violent tornado. All right, so just be aware of that. We're going to watch this storm. It's crossing over Highway 43 basically right now, about 7 miles south of downtown Utah. Downtown Utah is right here where you see the word Utah. That's again, US 43, US 11 here. This is US 11 going south down toward Bolaji. That's 43 and 11 that they merge and come up toward Knoxville and Ralph and Foster's and Tuscaloosa. But this tornadic circulation, if it's there, and again, it's very broad. This is not a really tight circulation here, but that thing is crossing over Highway 43, again, about 7 miles south of Utah. That'll be crossing over the Black Warrior, and we'll see if the Weather Service opts to extend that tornado warning. So let's go back to our Chilton County storm. Law enforcement in Autauga County, they are confirming to via a deputy up in the northern part of the county that the circulation has entered Chilton and is no longer in Autauga. And I think that's clearly correct here. So again, you can see that tornado is basically an Enterprise. And again, let me stress, to avoid confusion here, this is not Enterprise in Coffee County, Alabama, okay? This is Enterprise in Chilton County, a small community which is south of Clanton. And that tornadic circulation is going to be crossing Interstate 65 in just a matter of minutes. And then US Highway 31 really close to Verbena. You've got to be sheltered if you're in any of these towns we've been calling out down here. Verbena, Cooper, Enterprise, Midway. Even if you're in Marbury, that's near the county line, I would be sheltered. You're close to the school at Marbury, you want to be sheltered. And from there, it's going to cross the Coosa over into Coosa County. The Coosa River, Lake Mitchell, over into Coosa County. We'll see how it behaves. And it looks very well organized. Let's look at the velocity, if we can, once again, on this Chilton County tornado, Taylor. This is the reflectivity. And again, it's still there. There's pretty good rotation right here. Is it the tightest signature we've seen all day today? No. But again, we've got pretty good tornado signature here coming right up toward I-65, US 31. Peach Park, my finger's on it right here. The Alabama EMA headquarters is located right here. And to give you a point of reference, that thing came through Enterprise. So, Taylor, I've seen no damage so far from any of this stuff, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not seen any so far.
So far, I have not seen any reports at this point. The only damage reports I've seen, a couple trees down in Dallas County from the same cell, and then back into Mississippi, some reports, and then also into Sumter County. But other than that, I have not seen any reports of damage, at least in the recent history from this system. But we do still keep getting confirmation from people on the ground in this area of this rotation on the ground. So we got to take this seriously. It is a tornado on the ground, and it's getting ready to cross over I-65. So I hope nobody is traveling on I-65 right now in southern Chilton County in between Clanton and Cooper. This system is headed towards Verbena. So if you live in Verbena, you should be in that safe place. Eventually, this is going to ride right along 22 here in southern Chilton County. So Strong indication still near Enterprise of this rotation ongoing. And I want to change it here to this reflectivity because we're getting a pretty good indication here of that rotation based on this reflectivity here. So also worth mentioning, there are not plans at this point to extend the Greene County warning because that rotation has weakened. So at this point, that will likely be allowed to expire as it's supposed to. But we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that does cover portions of Tuscaloosa County and portions of Pickens County. So this was that storm we were watching earlier and does show some large hail at this point. So likely there is some large hail falling to the northeast of Aliceville. This is near Hickory. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning. You are not under a tornado warning at this point, but you do have a very strong thunderstorm moving through your area. This is going to include Noland, Kirk, Gordo, Brownville, Buell. Coker, you're right on the line here. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. It is not a tornado warning, but we are looking at the possibility of some large hail and some strong winds with this system. And you see those bright pinks in that dark gray color, that indicates hail likely over 1 inch. So we're going to have to watch this, and with all of the thunderstorms we're watching today, they have the potential to rotate. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on this. But yes, we do have a severe thunderstorm now that does include portions of Tuscaloosa County. So if you are hearing the alerts go off on your phone, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Moving back to that Chilton County storm here, still showing really strong indications of rotation. Still looks to me like we likely have pretty tight rotation with this system here. So I'm going to zoom us down. This is
free fall.
Yeah, it looks like it's a free fall to me.
I'm telling you,
we're not seeing the correlation. Let me see if I can change this here.
It might not be a debris ball, but whatever. That thing's wrapped up.
This is the view from the Maxwell Air Force Base.
But still, listen. If you're in Verbena, being a safe place. Cooper. Nobody on 65, nobody on 31. We can go to Rim 3. We've got a live shot coming from Moundville. And if we can maybe get a little more of the sky, that would be good. If we can tilt that camera up. We're looking for the sky, not the ground in these shots. We're near that storm that is coming out of Greene County, moving into northern hail. And again, this is what it looks like. And again, we'll get that shot tilted up. There we go. Thank you very much. So again, we're just going to be watching that shot. Let's go back to the radar if we can. We'll take a look at that storm. And that thing looks pretty good. I'm about to say, this looks like a tornado now.
That's starting to tighten up.
That's in Pickens County. So
that's very high up, though. This is from the Montgomery radar. So that's very high up. But it's tightening up at the surface as well. This is from Birmingham.
Yeah, I think the Weather Service is going to pop a tornado warning on this any minute now. So if you're in Gordo, be in a safe place. Gordo, be sheltered right now. If you're in the town of Gordo, go into a small room near the center, lowest floor, no windows. Helmet right now. And that technically you're not under a tornado warning, but again, that circulation is really ramped up, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see this go tornado in just a second. So as a course of least regret, if you are in the town of Gordo right here, you want to be sheltered right now as this storm comes in here. You could see some large hail as well, but again, that is a dangerous storm coming right up on Gordo, and this might cross over into the far northwestern part of Tuscaloosa County. And again, we stress there is no danger to the city of Tuscaloosa here. At this point, none whatsoever. We've had some sirens going off and some other odd things today, but this is a problem exclusively right now for Pickens County in West Alabama. So again, there's no tornado warning. We don't issue tornado warnings. We don't want to be in the business of issuing tornado warnings. But again, if you are in Gordo, I would want to be sheltered as the storm comes on through. This technically is a severe thunderstorm warning.
And it's just, with all the storms we've been seeing today, it's kind of cyclic, and every storm that we see today has the potential to rotate and become a tornado. So even if you are under that severe thunderstorm warning today, if you see a severe thunderstorm warning for your house, be ready to take that tornado precaution, just because the way the atmosphere is, we've got the potential for any storm to start rotating. At this point, rotation looks a bit more broad than it did just a second ago, but if you live in Gordo, as James mentioned, go ahead, take those tornado precautions. It's better to err on the side of caution here with these strong storms that we're seeing today. And you're about to see some large hail as well, heavy rain, thunder near Nolan, and then this is going to continue moving on a northeastward track, eventually clipping northwestern Tuscaloosa County, or not the downtown area of Tuscaloosa, not the city of Tuscaloosa, but in Tuscaloosa County near Brownsville here in the next few minutes or so.
All right, so we are now at, let's see, 148. So I'm James Spann with Taylor Serrallo. And again, we're watching multiple severe storms. This is one of them. And again, if you're in Gordo, I would be sheltered. Let's go back to the storm south of there. This is the one coming into Hale County. We have a small tornado warning polygon for a few more minutes for Greene County. This is a really tiny part of Greene County south of Utah. This circulation is going to cross the Black Warrior and then move into Hale County. We don't know at this point if the warning will be extended. We're going to find out in a matter of minutes. But again, if you're in Sawyerville, Wedgeworth, Akron, Havana Junction, Moundville, be careful with this. In fact, let's go real quick back to RIM 3. This is going to be a shot we have coming from Moundville, which is looking back into that storm. And again, at this point, you're not going to be able to see much. A lot of these things are going to be rain-wrapped today. But again, this is a look from northern Hale County at a storm that is coming up from Greene County. And we'll see if we see anything on that view over the next several minutes. So we're going to be watching all of these shots coming in. So let's go back to the radar. And we're working a couple of different tornadoes. We've really, maybe three. We've got one circulation coming up near Gordo.
So this is anticyclonic. So based on what we're looking at here.
You know, it actually is. But whatever, I would still be sheltered. That's the best thing to do in this case. Severe thunderstorm warning for Pickens in northwest Tuscaloosa. Tornado warning in effect for a small part of Greene County. Let's go back to Chilton County. We're going to work these all equally so everybody gets a chance to see the storm that's affecting them. That circulation is crossing I-65 right now. And it's pretty much crossing 65 and US 31. And again, that thing is literally going to come right over the Alabama EMA headquarters, the communications facility right off US 31. You can see the antennas from the interstate. Again, Peach Park is right here. The Alabama EMA is about right here. And that circulation is coming right on top of their building. It's built to withstand tornadoes. So they don't need to be sheltered. They are sheltered every time they go in that building. But again, from here, it's going to keep on going out toward the Coosa and Lake Mitchell. That's going to be crossing over into Coosa County, and we'll see how it behaves at this point. But again, we'll give an all clear to I-65 in about 5 minutes. We advise people not to be traveling along Interstate 65 still, and US 31 still. And again, Cooper, Verbena, you need to be sheltered, but that tornadic circulation looks like it's passing between Clanton and Verbena, really close to the Alabama Emergency Management Facility right there on US Highway 31. And it's getting a little noisy right now. Let's go to the reflectivity real quick if we can and take a look at that, see how that structure looks. And again, you know, you're kind of looking back in through here. This would be where you'd have something. It doesn't look as healthy as it did maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Let me try, because we are shooting from this radar here if there's some heavy rain and stuff. Let me see with the Montgomery. Still kind of not as organized for the Montgomery radar either.
We note that also a hunting lodge has been damaged on Talbot County Road 53 with this. You have multiple trees down, County Road 24 near County Road 37, that's around Billingsley. I'm sorry, County Road 24, County Road 34. These are in Autauga County with this same storm you're looking at. And again, reports of some damage to a hunting lodge in that area as well in northern Autauga County. And I will say almost every tornado that we've had today on radar, they've been coming through fairly sparsely populated areas. So it's not like coming to a city where immediately you know if there's something down. Sometimes we can have trees down in wooded areas where nobody lives. Maybe it's a timber property, something like that. And we simply don't know. But we've still got to assume that we have something down right in through here. So again, there's a tornado warning for southern Chilton with the possibility of a tornado about 8 miles southeast of downtown Clanton. Let's go back to that Clanton Skycam if we can, see if we see anything here. Probably not. We're probably going to be looking through heavy rain. Taylor, what is that?
Yeah, a lot of heavy rain out there.
Picture of Skycam network, please.
We're looking here. I'm going to turn this wiper on again so we can kind of get a clearer picture. But at this point,
We put your Skycam up, please.
we got some clouds out there, some heavy rain. There we go. And yeah, I mean, these are the kind of tornadoes. It's really hard to see anything because a lot of these are rain wrapped. So, and as is the case with many of the different events that we deal with here in Alabama, it's hard to get a very clear picture. And sometimes, like James was showing you earlier with some of those Snapchat videos or videos from the emergency managers. You get a quick glimpse of it as it crosses a road or in between some trees, and that's about it a lot of the time with some of these circulations. But we're looking here and not seeing much besides heavy rain, and there's a lot of that heavy rain out there.
So let's go to it. We got an algo cam, I believe, on US 31. If we could take that back in the back, I was hearing in my ear. We have a traffic cam. Okay, unfortunately, with all these traffic cams, that's what they are. They're traffic cams designed to show traffic. We can't really see the sky. This is in Clanton, I think, and again, the circulation is passing south of Clanton. So let's go back to the graphics here. It is now 1:53 on James Spann. We have a potential tornadic circulation that's crossing over US 31. And let's give it all clear to I-65. So I-65 all clear. We had asked people to stay off I-65 from Clanton down to Pine Level. That circulation is now east of I-65 on US 31. A new tornado warning in effect here. This is in West Alabama. This will include Demopolis, okay? We've got this circulation that is crossing out of Greene County. Here's our new tornadic circulation. And Demopolis is squarely in the polygon here, as is Greensboro. All right, so we have a tornadic circulation right now on the Tom Bigby. This tornadic circulation is just a little to the east of the Rooster Bridge, crossing over the Tom Bigby. This is US Highway 80, and that'll be coming right up into Demopolis. So we've got a live camera in Demopolis. If we can punch up Bill Cashell's camera, if we've got Bill's camera at this point. All right, let's see if we can get Bill. If y'all can ring him up and get that reestablished. In that unfortunately, our Skycam at Demopolis has had an error where it's stuck in an up position. We can't do any tilt control on that, but we've got one of our Bill Castle, the legendary Bill Castle. He's in Demopolis, and again, as soon as we establish his video, we're going to go to that. But again, here's the urgent message right now. If you are in Demopolis or Greensboro, anywhere near these places, you got to be in a safe place right now. Here's your storm track, the arrival times, looking on your screen. Demopolis at 2:03. And again, these are smaller communities that are between Demopolis and Greensboro. So again, the urgent message here is that if you are in the city of Demopolis, the city of Greensboro, get into a safe place right now. Nobody should be driving anywhere around Demopolis or Greensboro. Isn't it? We've got a tornadic circulation coming right up on here. This is your polygon, the red flashing line. And if you're in the polygon, you respect the polygon. Respect the polygon. Okay, we're going to say that a lot today, and we mean that. Every storm today will mean business. We're not fooling around today. This is serious stuff. So once again, let's go back to the velocity, and that's going to tell a better story on this. And again, there's your circulation right here, and it's basically on US 80. All right, and again, that's going to come right up toward Demopolis. This is the conjunction here of the Black Warrior and the Tom Bigby. The Demopolis Civic Center sits about right here, my finger. Again, you've got the Demopolis Lock and Dam, which sits right there. That's the Lock and Dam. Downtown Demopolis is here. This is US 80. That's 43 headed south down toward Linden. And that thing is coming right up toward downtown Demopolis. So again, if you are in the city of Demopolis, North Marengo County, be sheltered now. All right, no mobile homes, no cars. If you're in a car, you're hearing me on the radio, get out of your car. Go into a gas station, fast food restaurant, something. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it is a site-built structure. Get in there and stay there until this thing passes. Now, if you're in Greensboro, you got some time. All right, it's going to be about 20, 30 minutes before it comes up here to you, but now's the time to be sheltered. You've got time to get into a safe place. And if you live in a mobile home in southern Hale County, you've got time to get into to drive to a shelter. You've got a few minutes to do that. You've got about 10, 15 minutes if you're near Greensboro or places like, in Hale County down here toward the old Sunshine High School, near the river. Be in a safe place. But again, right in the path of this thing is Demopolis. Do we have Bill shot yet, by chance? Back in the back? Okay.
And it's worth noting, I just want to point out, we've got some more tornado warnings that have just been issued farther to the southwest. And these are going to be traveling on a very similar route. So if you're headed to your safe place, you might be there a little while.
So that's Choctaw County, and all of these are moving northeast today. And again, let's move it a little farther to the north, and we've still got this little tornado warning in effect for Greene.
That was actually, I think that was.
Yeah, it's moved over to Hale, and it looks like there's not much of a tornadic circulation there.
Yeah, it was expired.
Okay, so the tornado warning for Greene County is expired. It's off the board. The warning now in West Alabama is for northern Marengo, the far, far, far eastern part of Sumter, and the southern part of Hale counties. And again, that corridor between Demopolis and Greensboro. And that's where we've got to be sheltered right now. It is urgent want you to call them right now. If they live in Demopolis, if they live near Demopolis, if they live in Greensboro, and tell them you're under a tornado warning and you've got to be sheltered right now. Tell them you know what to do. You've been listening to us for a while here today. Call them or text them or get the word to them. You can be a great help to us today, because a lot of people these days don't watch the weather on television. They're going to be watching something else. Okay, so be sure that you let them know that there's a very dangerous storm with a possible tornado coming right up into the city of Demopolis. Just for the fun of it, let's punch up that sky cam at Demopolis. I want to see where that thing is stuck. You never know.
It's looking straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see much. Again, this is at the Demopolis Civic Center. And again, you guys back in the back, if y'all can just stop Bill wherever he is, get him in a safe place. Don't get him in a dangerous place, but let's get that video back on there. If he's got a dash cam, I'd love to see that. That's pretty urgent. Okay, if he's got a dash cam, let's get that thing reestablished. But he really needs to be in Demopolis, in a safe place. And one thing about, you saw the lightning on that camera. Let's go back to the graphics. Again, we're going to stay with this. So
this is moving very close to downtown Demopolis.
Right. And again, this is the William Rufus King Bridge over the Black Warrior River. The Black Warrior merges with the Tom Bigby right here. That's the Tom Bigby. This is Commissioner Street. This is the Demopolis Civic Center. Demopolis High School sits right down here. The baseball complex. And there's a good chance this is going to stay north of US 80. If you're south of US 80, the danger is not as great. But still, if you're in the polygon, respect the polygon and be in a safe place. But again, clearly you can see this storm is most likely going to be moving maybe just a little north of downtown Demopolis. The old yacht basin, I forget what they call it now, but the long timers, you know where that is. It sits right here. And again, this is the King Bridge coming over the Warrior River. And from there, it's going to be coming over here, maybe toward the Greene County Steam Plant, which is over here.
I think we have a tornado warning. Let's see here, sorry. We've got a new tornado warning for that same circulation that we had a warning on earlier for northern parts of Greene County and also into northern Hale County, including Akron and Moundville.
So let's expand this out a little bit. We've got so much going on here, and it's going to be one of these days. So everybody take a big, deep breath. We've got multiple tornadic circulations. First off, we've still got the tornado warning in effect for southeastern Chilton County, Verbena, back over toward the Coosa River, Lake Mitchell. Be sheltered over here. We've got a new tornado warning in effect now for the northern part of Hale County. This includes Moundville. And again, we're going to go back to that live shot in just a second, but that's a tornado crossing the Black Warrior, coming up toward Havana Junction in Moundville. We have a tornado approaching the city of Demopolis that will be moving toward the city of Greensboro. We have a possible tornado that's going to be coming out of, or actually right here. This is what they're warning for here. This is coming up on Linden. Linden is on US 43, about 18 miles south of Demopolis. So again, that is a possible tornado that's going to be crossing Highway 43 near Linden. So we have multiple tornado warning polygons lined up south of Tuscaloosa. Northern Hale, this includes Moundville, Havana Junction. We've got a tornado warning for Demopolis and Greensboro. We have a tornado warning in effect for Linden. These are for multiple storms, okay? Multiple storms. They're all different. They're all producing tornadoes, and it's going to be that kind of day. 1, 2, 3, and there's another one back here behind it, back in Choctaw County. And again, we have this one over here in Chilton County. So again, if you're hearing us on TV or radio, we want you to take immediate action. Take every single storm today seriously. Every storm, all right? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's not that dangerous. Every storm today is going to be dangerous based on the atmospheric profile. So let's zoom in a little tighter for this storm. First off, the one that will take them from north to south. And I will say that Tuscaloosa is not involved in this. Tuscaloosa County, there is no danger. There is no warning right now. So you don't have to do anything if you're in Tuscaloosa County. So let's go to this thing is tightened up again. All right, so here we go. So this is Moundville right here. That's Highway 69. This is the split. This is Havana Junction. My dear friend, my mentor, J.B. Elliott, grew up here. He worked for the Weather Service Birmingham for so long. Highway 60 goes down to Akron and then down toward Wedgeworth. Highway 69 goes down to Greensboro. Violent tornado circulation now is ramped back up. And again, you can see that that's going to be passing near the town of Akron, coming right up on Moundville. And again, we do have a live crew in Moundville. We still got their shot. Okay, so tell me exactly where these guys are now. Do we know? Okay, So since we don't know their location, let's go back to the radar. And again, back in the back, if you guys can help, kind of help us coordinate with the locations and where these guys are. But this is a very dangerous tornadic storm coming up toward Akron and Moundville and Havana Junction. So if you live in any of these places we called out, you've got to be in a safe place. Could this ultimately clip Tuscaloosa County? It might. It might later, but again, for now, the warning is in effect for northern hail.
We also have a new warning just pointing out from that Clanton storm as well. That's been extended farther into Coosa County.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go down the line in West Alabama first. So that's the tornadic storm coming up on Akron and Moundville. And again, if I call out your town, be sheltered, okay? So let's move down to the south. And we'll take a look at our second storm. This is the one coming up on Demopolis. Again, the rotation not as tight as it was, but still, we could have a tornado down. Don't fool with these things today. That'll be crossing really up here around the King Bridge north of downtown Demopolis, and that'll be coming over into Hale County. So still, if you're in Demopolis, you got to be sheltered. Greensboro, you're in the Polygon. Greensboro and Hale County, be sheltered. Let's go down to the next one, the one south of there. This is the one that includes Linden. We have a possible tornadic circulation right here. This is near Myrtlewood. Half Acre, Nanophilia, Sweetwater. This is all in southwest Marengo County. That circulation is going to be coming up in the general direction of Linden, maybe up here toward Providence, which is right here. That's 69 going up toward Galion, 43 going up toward Demopolis, the town of Linden here. That's the county seat of Marengo County. So a tornado circulation there. Let's go to Coosa County.
All right, this one is confirmed on the ground.
Which one? I'm sorry.
The one for the Coosa County, the one that has been on the ground for part of its history already.
So again, you can see now that we have the tornadic circulation moving out of Chilton across the lake into Coosa County. Let's expand this out. Let me show Rockford to give folks a point of reference here in US 231. So this is US 231 right here. This is the town of Rockford. This is the county seat of Coosa County. That's the tornado. And again, this is moving to the northeast, and that's going to be staying initially areas west of US Highway 31. Rockford is not in the polygon. Understand it, if you are in Coosa County, that doesn't mean everybody's in the polygon. Here's your polygon right here. This includes places like Gold Branch and Bentleyville, Hillwood. And if you're in any of these communities in Coosa County, be in a safe place. This thing has been producing a tornado for a long time. This thing got on the ground near Selma, came through parts of Autauga County, came through parts of Chilton County. Now it's into Coosa County. This could be a long track tornado. Probably is. So again, if you're in that part of Coosa County, be sheltered. Taylor, and I got to go back over to you to change some batteries real quick.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll just keep going through all of these different tornado warnings. At this point, we have multiple tornado warnings across central Alabama. So the one that we were just talking about is this system here moving over from Chilton County into Coosa County, Quincy, Hillwood, Gold Branch, Bentleyville if it holds together, and Augusta if it holds together as well. So this tornado at times has been confirmed on the ground. So anybody in this polygon, safe place, helmets on, cover your head, make sure you remain in that safe place until we give you that all clear. Moving back to some of the systems that we have a little bit farther to the west, we have this other tornado warning here that is moving, has moved through